Okay, good evening, everyone. I am Tacey Kistler, Gold Ambassador located in Texas, and I'm glad you guys are here tonight. We are going to be discussing, or I'm going to be, I guess, chatting with you or to you about increasing your PV. And we are focusing on this for a number of reasons, but one of those reasons being because of our Leaders Retreat contest that is going on right now. I'm not going to get into a lot of details about the requirements of Leaders Retreat or anything on this call because that's been done on some other calls, and you can also find that in your back office. But just know that that is part of our focus, as well as just increasing PV, because increasing your PV also increases your paycheck. But if you have any questions about Leaders Retreat, qualifications, or anything like that, certainly be sure and get in touch with your sponsor or your upline, or any of us, that within the team, or just basically anyone up the ladder a little bit, and they will certainly point you in the right direction on that, all of the information for Leaders Retreat. But definitely, like I said, one of the big factors, in addition to growing your team, is also to focus on your PV. So that is what what we're going to talk about tonight. There are lots of possibilities, lots of different options, way more than I can cover in 30 minutes on this call, but I'm going to try to focus tonight on some of the things that might be a little more outside the box, or maybe ones that you just haven't thought to try recently, or I don't know whether or not they'll be new to you, but maybe it'll just spark some interest or spark some ideas in your head on what you can do with that. The other thing I want to point out, kind of just with increasing your PV and focusing on Leaders Retreat as well, I don't want anybody who is brand new or silver or gold to think that they can't make Leaders Retreat, because to be quite honest, anyone who is fairly new at this and just getting started could have an excellent chance, because you've got that wide open field of people that you have not yet introduced Plexus to, and you just have all of that potential of increasing your PV and reaching out to all of those people, whereas some of us who might have been in the business a little bit longer are kind of having to rejuvenate some of that. So don't think for a minute that because you're new or you're silver or anything, you just think I just can't do it. I would love for you to change that mindset as quickly as you can, because you really do have unlimited possibilities there. Okay, so the people I can see on the call, at least right now, I know are familiar with the standard IPA, income producing activities. I'm going to blaze through that because, like I said, those of you that I can see on the call right now, I know are familiar with that. Our IPAs are always going to be important income producing activities. And just a standard protocol, again, blazing through this, for a standard daily IPA procedure is to reach out to 5 new people, do 3 follow-ups, and do 1 thing that's team building. Now, 5, 3, 1. 5 new reach outs, new contacts, or at least re-engaging with someone who's never, answered you. 3 follow-ups with either customers, or in my opinion, in moments like this, follow-ups with either current customers or those who are really beginning to reply back to you on some of your reach outs. I will count those as follow-ups. And then on the team building side, we certainly want to be focused on that as well. Team building is going to help us with our Leaders Retreat goals, but more so just give us that broader perspective for building our team as a whole. So team building can mean just reaching out to a team member that you haven't talked to in a while. Hey, how's it going? What's going on? What can I do for you? Let's chat for a minute. Anything like that, or even just some personal development if you want to use that for that as well. So I'm going to stop there on IPAs because that's a whole nother conference call. But again, anyone who is listening or watching this recording later, if you don't know about the daily IPA, reach out to someone and we will certainly help you with that. Now, one of the first things that I know several of us have already done is to reach out to all customers. And when I say all customers, I literally went to my customer report in our back office and started at the top, to, very first customer literally went all the way through it and sent an email after coming back from convention. I have sent some sort of message, whether it be email, text, some sort of reach out to every single customer, whether they have ordered from me yesterday or ordered from me 3 years ago. So every single one of them got some sort of message. Very short. I tailored a couple of them to a couple people, but I tried to create a message that was generic enough that I didn't have to change it for each person, except that first little opening sentence. Hey, how's it going? How's summer treating you? Aren't you glad to be home? Or how are the kids? Or how's retirement? Whatever. Have that intro paragraph be personalized, but just reaching out to literally every single customer. Now, I have discovered in doing this that there are some customers who have fallen off my customer list in the back office. That does happen. I talk to customer service about it. If they go inactive for a long enough time, they will just fall off. So there have been a couple people who have popped up in my mind, just seeing them on Facebook or whatever, in the last couple days as well, that I have had to reach out to that are not showing up on my customer report. But do not be hesitant in reaching out literally to every single customer, because we have new products, we have improved products, and that can be your point of contact for them. Just saying, hey, I am so excited about this new stuff that I can't not tell you about it. and here's a quick synopsis. And my quick synopsis has literally been an improved taste of gut health added qualities to Slim, a vitamin that's even better than before, and some gut health. I mean, I'm not even like mentioning the names necessarily, Vital Biome and all that, unless I know that person will be interested in it specifically. But I'm just kind of lumping it into better energy, better moods, dealing with better stress, more improved gut health, just overall great feelings, and then any personal personal experiences I've had with the new products as well. And again, that's like really short. I think I said people are seeing great benefits from the new products, including me. And then I think I said, I have noticed most my sustained energy and increased metabolism. That's all I said. Done. Okay. So keep it short because you don't want to overwhelm people with information, but reach out literally to every single new customer. Okay. Now, having said that, it kind of goes without saying, I hope that you also want to reach out to literally as many, if not every person you can that you have ever talked to about Plexus. I've been doing that as well. I'm sure we all have just lists and lists and lists of names. And again, it's a whole nother call to teach anyone how to keep track of that information, but hopefully you've got some sort of, process in which you can go back to people that you've contacted in the past. And again, it's just to say, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but there's these new products and here's the benefits. And I just wanted to toss it out there. Several of my emails, I just went, I didn't want to be real bold and pushy, and I didn't want to come across as salesy in the subject line. So several of my subject lines just said, interested? ? And that's it. I didn't say, new Plexus products or, look what's new or anything. It just said, interested? ? Couple of the others that I hadn't really talked to in a long time, the subject line said, just in case, ... And I literally put in the message, just in case something in this new package of products interests you, I couldn't not let you know because it might be of interest to you. Okay. So again, just reaching out to anyone you have talked to over the time, whether it's been a long time, a little time, whatever. Okay. Let's move on to the next thing. I want you all to consider, it's really easy to get wrapped up, for all of us to get wrapped up and expect our teams, our more senior team members to, host things for us in contests and stuff like that. I've even felt myself doing this a little bit lately. But what I have also been trying to do at the same time is to make some sort of offer or some sort of fun or intriguing Facebook interface type thing or small incentives to get people interested, to catch people's attention. Now, you can do even the smallest of things to get people to buy in, catch their attention, be responding to you, that type of thing. You know, guess how many Slim Sticks are in this mason jar, or just get a graphic that has a whole bunch of, you know, summer beach balls on it with numbers on it or something, and, you know, pick a number and I'm going to give away, you know, whatever. Here's what's really, really important that I think is about this is to make sure that whatever, don't get bogged down on what that giveaway is. I have talked to very high ranking ambassadors who have coached me and explained to me that sometimes their giveaway is literally something from the dollar store. Okay. I mean, you don't have to tell people I'm giving away, you know, a ton. In my case, I've done several of these things in which my giveaway has just been, I'm sending them one packet of P96 and maybe, you know, a sample of body cream or Ease or, you know, whatever might, you know, fit their lifestyle or whatever. Don't get bogged down in the idea that you have to give away like a full bottle of product, or that you even have to give away a 3-day trial pack or anything like that unless you want to. If you have those on hand, if that makes sense to you, then do it. But the prizes do not have to be big to intrigue people, and just get them moving. That gives you more people to follow up with. If they are willing to guess at some sort of, you know, Facebook game to get something from you, they might be, you know, hoping it's product, they might be interested, that type of thing. Now, if you're going to guess how many Slim packets are in the jar, then sure, send them a stick of Slim, or, you know, 2 or something. You know, we don't want to totally leave our products out of it, but depending on how, it's going to depend on how you phrase the incentive or the contest or whatever it's on, you know, you have going on online. And whether or not you want to send actual product, like I said, is just going to be up to you. But don't get bogged down in the idea that it has to be something big or take a lot of money out of your pocket or product off your shelf or, you know, whatever. Okay. The other thing I want you to be sure and consider in increasing and reaching out and getting attention, and I'm working really hard on this right now, is to get more personal in your Facebook posts. We have excellent testimonies, and yes, the shareables from our back office are fabulous, but we are going to get attention from people most often when we have our personal story and our own face and voice inflection and, you know, whatever behind it. I'm already seeing this. I've really tried to increase this since getting back from convention, and have seen, I've had one person contact me completely out of the blue that said, all right, I want this stuff you're talking about, you know, and it's just been, I think I've maybe only done one video, and the rest of them have just been pictures of me and my stuff and my product and, you know, that type of thing, instead of just sharing the stuff that everybody else is sharing. Just mix it up a little bit. Make sure you're getting really personal and sharing your, what you have personally benefited from. That's going to get the attention of more people. Okay. Moving kind of fast, but like I said, if we have time, hopefully for some Q&A at the end, or just sharing more ideas, that's going to be great. The next idea I want you to consider, again, with this idea of not waiting necessarily for a full team event, but to maybe be creative on how you can get new customers who are going to meet that 50 PV requirement to count as towards your Leaders Retreat goals. Okay. You know, they do have to have 50 PV on their very first order. You want to be very careful with some of those people, possibly, if we're going to hopefully keep doing 7-day trials and things like that as a team. You want to really consider whether that you want that person buying a $24.95 7-day trial if you think they're not going to continue, okay? Because that's going to be their first purchase, and then you're not going to get their 10 points towards Leaders Retreat if they make a second purchase at their retail value. Only if they bump up to preferred will you then get the 10 points. But anyway, I'm getting bogged down in the details. So what I want you to consider is doing your own Pick 2 campaign. All right. Now, Pick 2 campaign could have like a nice little Facebook group and all this associated with it, but it doesn't have to. pick your favorite 2 products, or pick 2 of the new products or something like that, and just begin to encourage people to pick 2 to make their first purchase. And almost everything, I haven't checked my price list, but I'm pretty sure that 2 of almost anything is going to get you to that 50 PV that's going to make those count. It's also going to get your customers trying more than 1 product at a time, which is awesome. And one of the things some of us have already talked about doing, and we may try to pull this together on a team level, but even if we don't wait for us. Go ahead and start now. There is another idea out there of having people purchase a 7-day slim trial paired with the Vital Biome. Okay, so that is an excellent idea, because you're getting the 7 days of trial slim at that lower cost. Some people, you know, have a little bit of cost prohibitiveness to the slim, so that's that lower price on the slim, and adding the Vital Biome, which Vital Biome, guys, should be, I know it's hard to talk about on the science level and stuff like that, but it should be such an easy push when it says right there on the bottle that it helps relieve stress and improve mood. I mean, come on, you know, that is greatness. So we, like I said, are going to consider doing this as a big team effort with a Facebook group behind it. But the bottom line is you can start a pick 2 campaign tomorrow on your Facebook. Start encouraging people to move towards this, and then we can, you know, we can find various ways to support them, but we can throw them into some Facebook group of some kind to get them some peer support during this. And it doesn't, you know, if we're not making that promise up front, like we have with some of our other 7-day challenges, and, you know, we're not saying we're going to put you in a private group and blah, 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 but basically that we're just going to be there for them as their rep, as their ambassador, and get them, you know, any support and help and all that they need. Like I said, we do hope to have this on a team level, but if your team doesn't or whatever, the bottom line is there's no reason you can't do a pick 2 campaign all by yourself. Okay, and that's a really, I think that 7-day slim trial and Vital Biome is an excellent one to push to new customers, because it still has a pretty low cost buy-in for getting them to try the products. All right, next, let me see. The other thing we can really focus on that can help our PV, perhaps or probably not this month, but in the next couple of months and months to come, is to focus really hard right now in the month of June, what's left of it, on reconnecting with people. Okay, so we're moving again towards just trying to increase our customer base, trying to increase our PV. There's some of those people out there we haven't talked to in a really long time. It's going to be just a little bit too awkward to completely throw out to them, hey, want to try this Plexus stuff? So just begin reconnecting with some of them that you really think have some good potential to be purchasers in the near future, and begin reconnecting with them now early in June, so that you can hopefully close them on a sale sometime in July or August. Again, pushing towards leader retreat points. Okay, so big month for reconnecting as well. And I don't need to tell you guys how to do that, but if you do need some script help or some, just ideas or whatever, just reach out to other people on your team or your uplines for information on that. Okay. The only other thing that I had that popped up here just at the very last minute, right before I got on the call, to be quite honest, is the idea of you can, if going to your previous customers with a salesy type pitch that makes you a little bit uncomfortable, then what I want you to consider is going to your customers with more of a survey type thing. Okay, customers that have not ordered from you in a long time, and even, to be quite honest with you, even white line ambassadors who have fallen, off the face of the earth. go to them with a survey type concept. And when I say survey, I mean like 4 questions, you know. What did you like about Plexus when you tried it? Okay. What did you not like? Was there anything you did not like about Plexus? I've lost my notes on where these survey questions were, but the other one was, I think it had to do with the goals. I think it was just a question again about how are you feeling today, or where are you toward the health goals that we discussed, or are you dealing with any, are you dealing with any pre-existing or new health concerns? And then the last question being something like, if there were, what could we do? What could Plexus do? What could I do? Is there anything that can be done to get you to try it again? Okay. And I don't care if you use those questions or not. You could, whatever makes sense to you to open the door again to these customers you haven't talked to and the White Line ambassadors you haven't talked to in a while. If you feel like that's if that's a more comfortable approach for you. I personally am just fine going straight to them and saying, I cannot contain my excitement. I need to tell you people about this new stuff, and some of my phrasing has been, I know you haven't heard from me in a while, but I'm excited. I need you to know this. I have no problem going straight to them with that. But if you are more comfortable kind of coming in a little more gingerly, then consider that as well. Okay. I think, guys, that is all I have. I'm going to unmute us and keep us on record in case anybody has any additional ideas or that you want to share, or questions or anything like that. So let me see if I can get it unmuted. Maybe I can. Well, maybe I won't. Anybody know sign language? Oh, here it is.
I unmuted myself.
Yes, Melanie unmuted herself. Thank you. I'm working on it.
I unmuted myself.
There it is. You got something to share, Miss Mel?
Yeah, just reiterating the survey idea. That was a big talk at convention. I heard several people mention how effective that was for them. So just kind of wanted to reiterate it because it had already kind of passed my mind too. So that's why I knew this call was so important, what you were going to go over. But people are getting results with these surveys. And like Tacey said, I mean, it can be any combination of questions, but it's opening that door. And I really challenge you. I'm going to kind of step out of my comfort zone and ask those difficult questions. Like, was there something I did, rate my customer service, maybe something like that. And what could it take to get you back? Where are you at? Where are you at? That's a Southern thing, but you know what I'm saying. Just kind of open that door again. And it's exciting because I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that would be effective when you think about it. People want to talk to you and tell you their opinion. I'm done.
Do you know if there's any examples of one that was sent out that they talked about at convention?
Yeah, I mean, those 4 questions I just gave you verbally were really close to the one I sent out previously. I've got it somewhere. I can dig and find, probably try to find it, but those questions I gave you were very close to what it was. It was like, what did you like? What did you like? Was there anything you didn't like? Or, is there anything you're still, working towards health-wise? And what would it take to get you to come back? And sometimes it says, if they then come back with lower cost, well, then you can go talk to them about ambassadorship if they weren't already ambassadors. you know, you can talk to them if they were already ambassadors, then you can talk to them about finding a running buddy to do, you know, to re-engage with them and sign that person up and begin making some commissions. If their response is something like, you know, kind of like Mel was leading towards that, you know, maybe it was me, I didn't support you enough, you didn't really know how to take the products, I didn't, you know, whatever, then we know we've got our new Lexi app to assist us with that. And then there's also the opportunity to reach out to some of those people and where did I hear this? On another video or call or something that I was, I think it was a Lexi training app actually, in which they said that you just reach out to people and say, and be upfront from the very beginning, like customers who may have lost, and say, I realize that you were one of my early customers, or I realize that I didn't completely support you the way that you possibly needed to be supported when starting a new health routine, but I wanted to contact you and say, darn it, sorry, but now I've got this new tool, and will you kind of help me? Would you be willing to step back in there with me and you know, do this learning process with me? Can I make it up to you in this manner using this new process we have? And then you can give me feedback, and hopefully that, you know, we both benefit, kind of thing.
And what I find most of the time is that when you do get the you know, go out on that limb and find out what's going on, most of the time these customers just never either didn't continue taking the product, or some never started taking the product, and we just didn't know for some reason.
Yeah.
So they still have, you know, 3 weeks or 2 weeks left of a product, and just, you know, make a deal. Hey, listen, I've got this new app that's going to help me, you know, just like Tacey said in that script about realizing, you know, not giving that customer service in the beginning. Now we have an app to do that. So going forward, that's great, but now we can utilize this information, knowing just how effective, you know, an app telling them when to take their products is going to be. We go back to all of our customers that didn't get that experience and make it happen for them. And most of the time they have product left over, but the odds are they, you know, we help them and coach them and support them, and by August they're ready to reorder. So that's exciting.
Yep. And Melanie, you got any questions from you? Are you good?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay, well, I don't have any. Does anybody else have anything you want to share? We're down to our last little few minutes here before it cuts us off. Anyone?
No, but those are some great ideas. There were some things on there I hadn't thought about. So especially, you know, Melis, you're so right. I was talking to someone recently that was a customer quite a while ago, and she was like, I still have a whole bag. And I'm like, well, no wonder. You didn't take it.
Right. Why didn't it work? Oh, yep, I get it. That's like my dad, who supposedly orders from me and has had, I literally have text messages from him for probably 4 months of him telling me, I've got 2 bags left. I've got 2 bags left. I'm like, you're obviously not drinking.
My brother had 480 count bottles of BioCleanse in his junk drawer in his kitchen.
Oh my gosh.
Could have killed him.
You can't take it.
And he's like, well, I poop good, so I don't need it, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't even know what kind of gold this stuff is just on its own, like all by itself. He was like, whoa, like he sees my excitement and he's like, I got to get back on that.
Yes, that's why we got to get personal with our stuff so that people see our excitement and understand. Definitely. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to shut it down before they shut it down for us here on my little free 30 minutes. And thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Everybody, go out there and work hard, pound the pavement, and let's spread health and happiness. All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
See you later.